If you watched the story of Voyager 1, you need to know what's happening to Voyager 2, because its journey didn't end the same way, and something unexpected almost happened.
There were two of them. Launched in 1977, built with the same hands, designed with the same purpose, but destined for completely different journeys. Voyager 1 became the fastest, the first to leave the solar system, the one that went ahead. But Voyager 2 was the one that stayed behind, not because it was slower, but because it had more to see, more worlds to visit, more secrets to uncover. While its twin raced toward the darkness, Voyager 2 took a longer path, a more complex route, one that would take it farther across the solar system than any spacecraft before it. It passed Jupiter, it revealed Saturn, but it didn't stop there. It kept going, beyond everything we had ever explored, toward planets no human-made object had ever reached. Uranus, Neptune, worlds so distant they existed more as ideas than real places, until Voyager 2 arrived. And suddenly, the outer solar system was no longer empty. It was alive with storms, strange atmospheres, and unknown forces. Voyager 2 was not just following a mission, it was rewriting what we knew about the edge of our own system. And now, after decades of travel, it is still moving, still sending signals, still surviving, but not for much longer.
Voyager 2 was not meant to lead. It was meant to explore. While Voyager 1 was redirected and pushed out of the solar system early, Voyager 2 continued forward. Its trajectory was carefully designed, a chain of gravitational assists, each planet giving it speed, each encounter pushing it farther. Jupiter was the first, a giant world of storms and radiation. Voyager 2 flew past it, capturing data that reshaped planetary science. Then came Saturn, its rings, its moons, its complexity. But unlike Voyager 1, Voyager 2 did not leave. It continued into deeper darkness, toward a destination no mission had ever attempted: Uranus, a frozen giant tilted on its side, a world of pale blue storms and silent winds. Voyager 2 became the first and only spacecraft to ever visit it. And then it went even farther. Neptune, the last planet, the edge of the known solar system. There, it discovered winds faster than any ever recorded, a dynamic, violent world hidden in darkness. And with that, its mission was complete. But its journey was not. After Neptune, there was nothing left to explore. No more planets, no more destinations, only distance. Voyager 2 had done what no other spacecraft had ever done. It had visited 4 giant planets. It had revealed the outer solar system in ways no telescope ever could. But now, it faced the same fate as its twin: to leave, to drift, to move beyond the influence of the sun. For decades, it traveled outward, through the heliosphere, a region dominated by solar wind and magnetic fields. But eventually, it reached the boundary, the heliopause. And in 2018, Voyager 2 crossed it. It became the second human-made object to enter interstellar space. But unlike Voyager 1, it carried working instruments. It was still listening, still measuring, still sending back data from a place humanity had never reached before. Voyager 2 should not still be working. By all expectations, it should have failed long ago. The environment it travels through is unforgiving. Temperatures near absolute zero, radiation constantly striking its systems, no sunlight, no protection. And yet, it continues. Its power source is fading, a nuclear generator slowly losing energy over time. Each year, less power. Each year, fewer systems remain active. Engineers on Earth are forced to make choices, turning off instruments, reducing functions, keeping only what is essential.
It is a slow shutdown, a controlled decline, but still, it speaks. Still, it answers. Across billions of kilometers, it maintains a connection. Fragile, delayed, but real. In 2023, something went wrong. A small command, a minor adjustment. But at this distance, even a small error can have massive consequences. Voyager 2's antenna shifted slightly, just enough to break alignment with Earth, and suddenly, the signal disappeared. No data, no response, nothing. For days, there was silence. The spacecraft that had been communicating for decades was gone. The distance made everything worse. Commands took hours to arrive, and there was no guarantee they would work. NASA sent a correction signal, a powerful attempt to reach the spacecraft. And then, they waited. Days passed, no confirmation, no response, until finally, a signal returned. Weak, but real. Voyager 2 was still there, still alive, still listening.
Today, Voyager 2 continues its journey, but it is changing. Its voice is getting weaker. The power that keeps it alive is slowly fading. One system at a time shuts down. Instruments that once revealed entire worlds are turned off forever, not because they failed, but because there is no longer enough energy to support them. The spacecraft becomes quieter, less capable, but still, it transmits. Still, it sends data from a place no human has ever reached.
Voyager 2 is not alone, not in the same way as Voyager 1. It has a twin, somewhere out there, also drifting, also fading. But they are separated by unimaginable distance, traveling in different directions through different regions of space. They will never meet again, never communicate. Two machines sharing the same origin but living completely separate destinies.
There will not be a warning. No final message, no dramatic goodbye. Just a moment that no one on Earth will notice at first. Because the communication with Voyager 2 is already fragile. Every signal takes hours to arrive. Every response is delayed. And one day, that response simply won't come back. Not because the spacecraft stopped existing, but because it no longer has the power to speak. The energy that keeps Voyager 2 alive is constantly fading. Its nuclear generator, once strong enough to power multiple instruments, is now barely able to sustain its core systems. Engineers are stretching its life as much as possible, turning off heaters, disabling instruments, letting parts of the spacecraft freeze just to keep it talking a little longer. But this balance cannot last forever. At some point, the power will drop below a critical threshold, and when that happens, Voyager 2 will lose its ability to communicate entirely. There will be no confirmation, no final signal saying this is the end, just silence. A silence that will arrive hours later on Earth after the last message has already been sent. And when scientists realize what happened, it will already be over. But even then, something unsettling remains. Because losing the signal does not mean losing the spacecraft. After the signal disappears, Voyager 2 does not stop. It does not drift aimlessly. It continues exactly as it always has, following a precise trajectory through interstellar space, a path defined decades ago and never altered since. There is no guidance anymore, no corrections, no communication, only momentum and the laws of physics. Over time, its systems will grow colder, its components will degrade, radiation will slowly damage what remains of its circuits. Eventually, every system will fail, Every instrument will go dark. Even its internal processes will cease. At that point, Voyager 2 will become something else. Not a functioning spacecraft, but an object. A silent artifact, still moving, still intact, still carrying everything that was placed inside it. And then, time takes over. Thousands of years will pass. Voyager 2 will move through regions of space we cannot predict in detail. It may pass near distant stars. It may never come close to anything at all. It might remain completely unnoticed forever. And yet, there is something strange about that idea. Because even without power, even without a voice, Voyager 2 continues to exist, unchanged, unobserved, unanswered.
Voyager 2 was never built to last forever. And yet, in many ways, it will. Long after Earth has changed, long after humanity itself has evolved or disappeared, Voyager 2 will still be traveling. A small machine, moving silently through an endless universe. It carries no active mission anymore, no destination, no expectation of return. But it still carries meaning, not because of what it is doing now, but because of what it represents. A moment in time, a decision made by a civilization that looked into the unknown and chose to move toward it. That meaning does not fade with its signal. It does not disappear when communication ends. If anything, it becomes stronger, because at some point, Voyager 2 will exist without us knowing where it is, without us being able to reach it, without us being part of its journey anymore. And that raises a question that has no clear answer. If a machine continues traveling through the universe, but no one is there to observe it, does its journey still matter? Or does meaning only exist when there is someone left to remember it? Somewhere in the darkness, Voyager 2 continues forward, not waiting, not changing, just moving. And the only thing more distant than the spacecraft itself is the answer to that question.